Baruch Hashem, Yud Zayin Tishrei, Chag HaSukkos, Tafshin Pei Daled. So we're going to learn today, Amud Tzadik Zayin and Tzadik Ches, and Hemshech HaGodl of the Rebbe Rashab. Tzadik Zayin, Tzadik Ches, hates us that it's day 49. Yep, day 49 in the Limud. So, we started the Maamer of Vitzah, continuing this idea of Iyun Torah, that how Taka through the idea is mitzvahs ma'asiyas, the idea is doing something, how through Iyun, which is the idea of ma'asiyah, do we reach Tainug HaPashat. So we explained how that, what the idea here is that Pnimius Abba is Pnimius Atik itself. So when you reach Bina, your Teuf is the same etzem as the Tainug, the same etzem as Keser, because it's Tainohach. But this high level is only in this Gal La'asid. So we'll start here a few lines before the end of Tzadik, at the end of Tzadik Vov. V'nimtza move on. The B'chinas Hela Ma'atzmi the Chachma, Zeu B'chinas Atzmus HaTainug HaPashat. The level of Chachma, which you reach through Iyun, or Chayzer, the idea of toiling through Limud HaTorah, which is Megala, these high levels. This is this level of Tainug HaPashat, Shalamaylam B'chinas Gilar Tainug higher than the revelation. V'chein, Iskalos HaSichlim Shem Tzad Hela Ma'atzmi, the revelations of intellect that come from this level of Hela Ma'atzmi, and B'oifen Acher Legamre, it's in a totally different way. From the intellects that come in a straight line, but come in their depth, and their wonders. These levels of that come from Hela Ma'atzmi are a much higher level. They come from this level of Atzmus HaTainug. The same idea that we said in the Maamer Kiyadaitiv Mitzvahs. Shem Ratzin asked me that we were explaining over there the idea that Ratzin Tainug are really one Indian, one koyach. We said over there that the mitzvahs are Ratzin Asmi, but then Nimtzah B'chinas Tainug Asmi. V'achshav nowadays is Galas who are Ratzin is only the Ratzin. We'll also discuss Tainug when Mashiach will come. The Tainug will be revealed. The Torah, the Chachma, the Torah B'chinas Tainug Asmi. It's the same idea. The Tainug Asmi, this Chachma of Torah, the Hela Ma'atzmi of Chachma. But what we have now is only the wisdom and the intellect. The level of pleasure. The reasons of Torah it's going to be a reason and a tam and a tainug and a pleasure, which is not the idea of intellect. Every Indian will reveal the way that they are this pashat pshitus dikatainug. In order to get to this level of chachma, masha pnimius abba, this that the inner part of chachma is this inner level of atik. So through koching and being medayik and Iyun Torah and every single thing. Only when you work through and you toil the idea of yigia, another thing we can say, this level of Hela Ma'atzmi of the Eibishter is higher than the Hela Ma'atzmi of Chachma Ilah, because it's Shashui Ma'atzmi, it's much higher, and not that we've said that it's the same thing, it's much higher. The yoke of Torah, which this Ula Shel Torah, the idea that you take the yoke of Torah upon yourself, this achieves reaching the ultimate pleasures in the Eibishter. Even though the Etzem of Chachma is also this level of Atzmus Tainug, like we said, it's the same thing. Pnimius Abba is Pnimius Atuk is the same level. There's still a higher level, and this we reach Taka through Ula Shel Torah. What pshat? What does this all mean? If it's Pnimius Abba, Pnimius Atuk, what are you telling me now that there's another Madrega? To understand this, we first have to understand the contradiction, different midrashim about Olam Haba. There's no eating, no drinking. Tzadikim sit with their crowns on their head and they enjoy from the Eibishter. Aristoin, asudas bakar, a meal of lamb, or of cow. I think this is Mishnah's Koyanim. Also that Kadosh Baruch Hu lasis la'avodav hatzadikim lasis love it. Everything's going to make. Usudas levias in the sharabar. She lasis the sudah levias in the sharabar. So is there eating or isn't there eating? If there's no eating, what do we need this aristin? What do we need this great sudah? Feinin huda ba'elam ha'yosh beis madregas. Kedua the gilda el mabah b'chinas shem eya. Shemar al asli the gilda of el mabah is the name eya. Eya it means I will be. It's future. Ano zamin li'iskalo, I am ready to be revealed. From the word Eya, when it's revealed in the pasuk, it says Eya Asher Eya brings these two inyanim, which is two levels in this level. Pleasure, which we will have on Mashiach come, will be simple pleasure. There's simple pleasure, and a combined pleasure. Simplistic in the sense that it's pleasure at its purest. Murkav means that it's combined from other things. Kedua, she is Shiur Pashut. There's a simple song. Shiur Kafel, there's a double song. Shiur Meshulash, and there's a triple song. The Shiur Kafel, double song, it's pleasure which is combined through Chachma and Bina. It's pleasure which is combined in intellect and understanding. Shamas again is the Indian Eliki. When you understand the Psag Godliche Indian, so you have pleasure from it. What's Pshat? You have pleasure when you understand the godly thing. You have pleasure on the actual understanding. And the pleasure from the idea that you're understanding. So you have a pleasure from understanding. Understanding in itself is pleasurable. And then you have pleasure from what you just learned. The kol shekain, when you see wisdom, it also has pleasure. Seeing has a very high level of pleasure. This entire pleasure, side the Riyah, it's only a shine, and it's limited. Like we see when someone gets excited and pleasurable and happy from understanding in bina in the width of an intellect. It's very limited to the understanding of each person. It will not widen and spread too much. Only as much as understanding is, that's how excited you will be. And also in understanding the core of something, or the essence of an understanding, when you have the depth of bina. This is the nothingness of the yesh, which means before it develops into bina, you have the level of ayin. So even when you understand this essence, after you understand something through many meaning details, you realize what the core is, what the essence is. This is the nothingness of the yesh. Sorry. How it's the same idea from all the details. From all this, you understand this idea by yourself. How this is the essence of the intellect according to all the details and explanations. You know this idea very much. And this idea is now understood very clear by you. Very clear and very clean. That the essence of this idea. This draws the song in the hollowness, in the ear of your heart, on their own. Your heart gets excited on its own because of this inner understanding in your brain. Your heart breaks out in song. The kayadua, it's explained in other places. When your understanding is only external, only the clothes of understanding, which this godly idea is hidden in the clothes of intellect. That's when you have to strengthen yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself to awaken the excitement through the outcome. Then it's only external, because your whole asaga is external. But when you contemplate the idea, not just the intellect and the clothes of the intellect, rather this shine of godliness is by you revealed. When you get to this level of ayin before the yesh, the essence of the understanding and the depth of the intellect, this creates excitement on its own. Because the heart gets drawn after the mind. Like the song of the Levim, they knew how to have kavana in the song. The main thing by them was this inner kavana that they had in their mind. The Levi will work. The idea of avoida, which this is from the level of Pnimius Bina, and this creates automatically the song. So we're talking about the level of Shiur Kafel, right? It's Murkav, it's now, the song Taka maybe comes out on its own, the song's Taka from the Oimek HaMusag, but it's Murkav. And therefore it's limited to your understanding. There's different levels of understanding of levels. Yeah. Just like in understanding, there's different levels. So also too, it's in the depth of intellect. Also by the Levim there must have obviously been different levels. Just like the song of Malachim. Which is also a song that comes on its own. There's also different levels in it. So we went through Murkav and Chachma Bina. We mentioned that the Asag of Bina, even in Asag of Imek HaMusag, which is the Yesh of the Bina. Now, even in the Iyad Chachma, which we mentioned earlier, because it doesn't. It's now not enclosed or limited by Osius. When there has to be an understanding and intellect, this comes limited in the word in the letters of speech. The song of the Levim, which is from this inner kavana. But a song of Riyah, it's not a song of words. This is what we do, the avodah we do on Shabbos. You're going to shir v'tainug, a song and pleasure. The Ostisanag al Hashem, there's pleasure on the Eibishter. They also hear Shashir b'meila. Because of v'leira amal b'Yisrael in the bracha for the Yidden Parshas Balak, the Koyal Shabbos. No work because b'dech meila. Doesn't mean Yisrael shir kel hababli amal v'yigia, no work. So it's not even limited by Oishes Adibur. But also this, it's limited by every single person. So it's not a tiny gablik. It is combined with something else. Vision of wisdom. This is not seeing things the way they are in itself. That is the highest level of understanding that a person can get in Elikos. So now the pleasure is now oinig murkav. It's combined. It's not a oinig apashut. It's only a shine out of the oinig. And it comes limited, mitzumtzum, to every single person according to their level. And this is the level of a double song. Shem beis umkim, the double depth, the chachma bina. Aval, forgot to scroll. Aval b'chinas shir pashut, a simple song, which also corresponds to Tainik Pashut, Mashan Arayim, after you're excited. You have pleasure and happiness. In this limited level of understanding, now the soul rejoices in itself. Not according to the understanding of, not according to the level of intellect. or the seeing of wisdom at all. The nikar simchas hanefesh. This is called the excitement of the soul, the happiness of the soul. Veis anga b'sainug v'simcha atzmis mamash. It's pleasure in a atzmistic happiness. Like what the Yidden saying by the Yamsuf. Shoyam itzad nishmosam the b'chinas yechida mamash. This came out of the level of yechida by a Yid. Is gala alim was revealed on them in b'chinas helem the atzmos earning safe mamash. K'moshe amru zeh keli. The Yidden said kol echtach mar betzvah zeh keli b'chinas re'iyah ba'ayin mamash. They saw an eye with our eyes. This is a re'iyah atzmos. Zelamaylam b'chinas re'iyah the chachma. Shezeu re'iyah the ein haseichel. Re'iyah chachma seeing in the eyes of wisdom, the eyes of intellect. K'mo ezu chachma roya. It says roya ezu chachma roya. What is it? No, what do you see? It's not shaloya. It's not mainly what is going to happen. Shezeu re'iyah the ein haseichel. In your intellect you can understand. You see it, and it's called re'iyah because it's be'emes la'amita, a vision, as if you would see clear vision. And not just on an intellect. This is not actually seeing the thing. You're not seeing the thing. You're deriving it from an understanding. It's not even like a nevuah. It says also by Nevi'im, the nevuah is only a dama. It's only like a mashal. It's only an example. Because they're looking in a level of dmus, a level of a form. But at that level, it's the Yisamos itself. Even though there's Taka and speaking of Chachma, Shiachlius, Madregas, Nalis, it can be even much higher. Kamaimer Chacham Odaf Minavi, a wise man is greater than a prophet. Shiachlius, Ben Asechel, Harbe, Lamaila, Yotzer, Masaksal, Kus, that's Sfers Asilis. You could see in Seichel, you could see much higher levels than just the levels of Atzilus, that's Sfers Atzilus. Lamaila, Gamak, you could see even very, very high in Ak, through a Chacham understanding these levels. You can even see the levels of Atzmus of Natzimtzum, Kabbalah Shim ben Yechoy, Rabbi Akiva, V'asavois, Shelo L'mayla Moed, like the Tanoim, Rabbi Shim ben Yechoy, Rabbi Akiva, and the Zaydis, which saw very, very high. Kol Zeu B'Iyas Eina Seichel. This is all seeing, only Seichel, Mashengim and Nevuah, because Nevuah we said is only a level of Demus. Ima Yosh Zeu B'chinas Malchus, and B'netzach V'hoid Levad, even though it's only Malchus or the levels of Netzach V'hoid, Aval Hu B'chinas Re'iyas ayin mamash, but what you see, you actually see. So, Taka, there's a mile in Chacham which you could reach higher madregas, but here, Dafka, you could see it with Chinas Re'iyas ayin. So, Shir Pashut, you have this Re'iyah be'ein ha'seichel. Ushkosman kamachet madregas ha'navi, what's the level of a navi? Shemahus va'atmus alikus miskala b'chabad, the actual essence of godliness is revealed in his intellect, u'befivin in his mouth, l'shayin in his tongue. So what this means is that Hinu and Huroya Mamash, you actually see B'koyach Ha're'iyah Agashmius in the physical seeing, Mahus Va'atmus Elikus, the actual essence of the Eibishter, which is the Maila, which does not exist by the Iyas HaSeichel. V'yesh Madrega B'nevuah, K'mei Moshe, there's also a level in prophecy, like Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy, Sh'tzna B'Bezeh. Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy was Zeh, so Moshe was a much higher prophecy than all the other Nevi'im. Chsiv boy pel pe, mouth to mouth. I'll speak with him. Amaros, vision, sight for loy b'chidus, not through riddles. Chsiv, and it says v'dibra Hashem Moshe panim pel pe kasher yedaber, or is it panim el panim kasher yedaber? Shezo dafke b'riyas motzvat smusa and say admit it's smusa b'chinas riyas mos mamash, which this could only be when you actually see someone straight ahead. So this is nevuah, which is even at this point even higher than chachma, right? So the very Sachayra was only by his understanding. But in Nevuah he actually saw straight up. He can't ding in the